This week, the Fancast is back. The Argos fall to the Red Blacks. Luke Wilson leaves CFL Twitter, and what's the problem with this team? Crack those cold ones. It's the Argos Fancast. You can find us at Argos Fancast or anywhere you find your friendly neighborhood podcast. Just search Argos Fancast. I am Clay Chisholm. You can find me at All Kinds of Clay. Will is on the one-game injured list this week, but you can find him at Argo Fans or at argofans.com. And from the Double Blue Order, Sir Douglas of House Ballinger, second of his name, Lord of Section 116, Warden of the South Side, and Protector of the Realm.
How's it going, everyone? You can find me with my own YouTube channel. I'm at Sir Douglas 1873. You can find me exclusively on Blue Sky at DougB519, and you can find the Double Blue Order normally, as Clay mentioned, at Section 116 on game days. We also have Facebook, Instagram, and excrement. We also have a merchandise store. Not much up there. Go check it out if you want. doubleblueorder.ca. And it's been a while since we've sat together and done something like this, hasn't it?
Yeah, it has. There's just been a lot of talk over the years of mental health being a big thing, and it hits everybody. And for us, I know I kind of started this. I needed to take some time for myself. Had some health issues that I've been working on getting a handle on. But yeah, I needed to take a step back, and you guys were gracious enough to, go along with it and accept it. And we're back. I'm feeling better. Mentally, I'm back. I think I'm back at it. Although there's probably a case to be made that I wasn't all there to begin with, but that is such of a sports fan. So, but yeah, it was time that we needed to take away, and none of this the struggle with mental health never picks sides. It just hits literally everybody, and it was my turn. We took a step back, and now I think we're back.
Yay!
So, yeah, with that, let's get to our regularly scheduled program. Doug, there was a game last weekend. It was very, very hot.
That it was. It was a scorcher.
From what I was told. I was not at that game, but yeah, it was a very hot day.
You were the smart one out of the three of us.
Yeah, except for the problem, I was walking around downtown Montreal at the time, and it was just as hot.
Oh, okay.
So it was it was just as bad. And old Montreal, it doesn't have a lot of air conditioning. So even when we tried to sneak in somewhere to get something to eat, you couldn't get away from that heat no matter where you were. So it is what it is. I knew how hot it was, but like I could only feel for those people sitting on the east side in that sun baking. I've been there for TFC games and know how bad that sun can be. I've never done it in the dead of summer, in the dog days of August. So hats off to everybody who managed to stick it out,
and hats off to those who smartly decided to move to where there was room on the west side where there was shade.
Yeah,
because there was an awful lot of people who did that.
Yeah. And unfortunately, we heard of a lot of people who actually did end up leaving just because it was just too hot and unbearable for them, and they weren't aware that they could move like that. There were a couple people who got treated for heat stroke, or more than a couple. and some people that I'm going to guess probably should have been treated for heat stroke.
Yeah, we know who you. I know who you're talking about.
You know what? I can guarantee there's probably dozens of people that we both know and don't know that probably should have taken a little bit better care of themselves at the game, drank
Hmm.
lots of water, but I understand when water is $8 a bottle,
Yeah, that's a little bit ridiculous.
and I'm not sure how accessible the couple water fountains they do have in that stadium are. Um, they do let you bring in water bottles though, and fill them up when you're in there.
Yeah, but just
Supposedly,
make sure they're empty before they go in. So
oh yeah, supposedly you can get them filled up at the concession stands. I know the last couple times we tried was actually a couple of years ago before we discovered you can turn the water fountain spouts out so they can fill the whole water bottle up.
oh
But we
really?
were turned away at a couple different concession stands. So
Oh,
it is they say there is water fountains on both the east side and the west side. Um, Never seen them. Only go to the
but they're
ones on the south end at the ground floor.
yeah. That's the only
So
one that I know of. I haven't
yeah.
really. Then again, I haven't really noticed. I haven't really looked.
Yes, that was the one thing we did. We always do is we always would bring in the water bottle because I'm not one to drink at a game.
Yeah.
Um, One, I can't afford it. Two, I like to remember what I'm yelling at. So,
Yep.
um, and I've been going with kids for a long time, so it's just part of what it is.
Hmm.
But yeah, I've only seen them on the south side and the ground floor. I've been told there are some on the west side. I've never seen them. I've never found them, and I've been told there's some on the east side. Once again, never seen them, never found them when
Oh,
looking.
yeah.
So
I think that's something that's going to be the next quest to find where the water fountains are on the east and west side of the stadium.
honestly, they just really need to replace or add some more water fountains and just put them in there with those uh, automatic water bottle fillers.
Yeah. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Like I understand they want to make some money, but like at $8 a bottle of water,
That's gouging.
yeah, it's not worth it.
No, that's just gouging, honestly.
But okay, aside from the water, it was hot, but there was a game played, and
A certain
some
team
people
was very
called it.
much was a knot as opposed to a hot.
Yeah, it was the Argos came flying out of the gate and couldn't do anything wrong on offense at least in the first quarter, putting up 22 points to the Red Blacks one, and then they proceeded to give it all back. And
Yeah, 18 unanswered points in the second quarter.
yeah, and then they gave up another 13 in the third quarter and 14 in the fourth quarter. And when you're giving up 46 points, you're probably not winning the game. Although when you're scoring 42 points, you probably should be winning the game.
Especially when you have a three-score lead at the end of the first.
Yeah, it just there's something about this team that just it's missing from
Mm.
this team. Um, we can probably look at some stats here. We've got Nick Arbuckle had a great day statistically. 32 of 38, 317 yards, three touchdowns, and one interception that happened pretty much on the second last play of the game.
Yeah, that interception, I would argue, he should never been put into that position to begin with.
No. No. Running the ball, once again, we didn't do a whole lot of it. Uh, Deonta McMahon, 6 carries, 30 yards. Nick Arbuckle did use his legs strategically in this one, finally. 6 carries, 19 yards, and a touchdown. Receiving, Dejan Brissett led the way with 6 catches, 89 yards, and a touchdown. Jake Herslow with a spectacular hurdle and
Yeah,
looking like he could see the future because in the TV shot, the defender wasn't even in the picture.
no,
Like
it
he
was no,
started that hurdle like 5 yards away and still cleared him. Yeah,
it looked like something right out of Super Mario Brothers.
yeah,
It
literally.
just
Uh,
went
he
bloing.
he even made Bleacher Report. So six
That's
catches, 84 yards, and a touchdown. McMahon, 6 catches, 41 yards, and 36 those are were the yards after catch. So was the extension of the running game. David Unger, all he does is catch footballs. 4 catches, 36 yards. DeVaris Daniels had 3 for 29 and a wide open touchdown. Uh, Demonte Coxey had 20 yards on 2 catches. Janarian Grant had 10 on 2. Kevin Mattel had 6 on 2, and Laybourne 1 catch for 2 yards. On the defensive side of the ball, the right person's leading tackles. The Mark Milton probably should not be your second leading tackler. That should be Cam Judge. Derek Sluka had a decent game. Dark Angelo put in a couple in there. Um, we had a couple tackles for loss. We had 2 sacks, one by Winton and one by Cam Judge.
yeah. The son of Kratos, I thought he had a pretty good game considering that right at the beginning, right in the first quarter there during the 21-point spell that the Argos put up. He sacked Drew Brown, ball popped loose, and then the who was it again? Where's Buddy? Where is he? Jordan
Jordan
Williams. Yeah,
Williams,
yeah. Jordan Williams scoop and score from like our 29-yard line. That that
77 yards.
that boy was gassed as hell when he got to the Ottawa 10.
That boy was gassed as hell when he got to the Ottawa 40. And I don't know if you watched the game back, but I did watch his. He was the leading out of the first half interview, and he just goes, "Man, I hope that I look much faster on TV than it felt running that." And
To be fair, he did look pretty quick. He did look pretty quick, both in the highlight and in real life. He did look pretty quick. You look quicker than me.
yeah,
I can tell you that much.
well, yeah, he did look. Yeah, you're looking at him. Yeah, it could be. No, no, no. Yeah, he was quicker than all of us.
Mm,
So,
easily.
um, and then the one stat that I always look at that really bums me out is the time of possession stat. I know it's a 3-minute swing, but that is a full drive at this point
Mm,
that you're
yeah.
giving up. You're at home. You should be able to control the time of possession. Now, one thing that I did notice that I want to bring up with this time of possession thing. Um, Normally, when I'm watching the game back, I usually do one round where I'm fast forwarding through between when the play is called and the,
Mhm,
the next snap starts, and
mhm,
it's usually about a 30-second clip.
mhm.
When I was doing that with Ottawa, almost every play, no problem. I got there. I did my 30-second fast forward, and it clipped right there. You see him calling the plays and snap. With the Argos, there were several times where uh, they only took about 15 seconds between when the play was called dead and when they snapped the ball next. I know not every play the clock is running, but it's a little thing that is probably going to add up when you're putting up, you know, uh, 40 to 50 offensive plays per game. 15 seconds, you're looking at a couple minute swing right there.
Mm,
Even if it's, you know, 10, 15 of those plays where you take just a little bit extra time to let yourself get set and call the play and make sure everybody knows what they're doing. It it's going to help a little bit in the long run.
mm.
So a little thing that I noticed, and it's very consistent of Ryan Dinwiddie run offenses. He likes to work fast. But if you could just slow it down a little bit, that would probably work a little bit better there.
It might actually help out if you did slow down a little bit and only use tempo when you need it. You know?
And most of the time, these quick between plays, it's not even in tempo. It's just
No, it's just
they work
him regular.
fast. Yeah,
Yeah,
they like to work fast, and that's not something that most teams do. Like, because almost every other team that I've done this with is, my little. All the remotes have those little, skip buttons, and they're 30
yeah.
seconds, right? And you
Uh-huh.
rewind them, and they're usually about 7 seconds.
Mm,
Every team is usually, unless they're running tempo, there's no problem in between the skips.
mm.
The Argos, I always have to go back several times in a game to because I missed a play. Like, there's been times where I've missed a whole play, that I've skipped 30 seconds and missed a whole play, and they didn't run tempo.
Yeah, and they were. Yeah, I'm guessing they weren't doing no huddle at that point, right? So yeah.
No,
Huh.
so it's something. I don't know if
Yeah.
it's anything. It's maybe something that would be better served presented to Ben Grant, where he could kind of tell me I'm right or wrong, or
Dude. I think keep going. I think you've just won a 6 pack of beer for us. Hang on. I
wait a
hope he
minute.
hasn't. I hope he hasn't cut it off yet.
What do you mean? I won a 6 pack of beer?
I'm gonna ask him that question. Put it on his little pic.
Oh,
Put it
okay.
on. Put it to him on his little on the X's and Argos, and because you know how he has that little thing where he's like,
Oh yeah.
okay, okay, I'm putting it out there. Ask us a question. I'm like,
Ooh, that's a
well,
good question.
that is an excellent question, and that's why I kind of want to ask him.
Okay, well, let's get some beer. We need beer. This is the crux of our show. We need beer.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I wouldn't mind. I mean, let's put it this way: I wouldn't mind having to go down there and pick it up. I don't care. Uh, uh, all right,
but yeah.
you'll have to tell me about that after. But I'll get the post started here.
Okay.
Just keep going.
Okay. So the game, not necessarily exactly what we wanted. We've eh, the defense, honestly, when you looked at what a lot of people were saying online, they a lot of people said, oh, the Argos are great in the first quarter. I didn't think so. I thought they were pretty good with as far as their offense goes in the first quarter, but I did not think the defense played even remotely well for a minute of this game.
Oh no, the defense was shit. The
Even
defense
even
defense.
in that even in that first quarter, when everybody was, okay, great, it's amazing, the score flattered our defense because
Yeah,
they gave up a lot of yards in that first quarter.
yeah, and not and let's face it, they gave up a lot of yards. They gave up a lot of points. And I mean, special teams as well was also like they've been like special teams have been an issue since the game against Saskatchewan, and they haven't recovered since then.
Special teams has really been an issue all season. Like
Yeah.
game game against it's been the whole season.
I
You know,
mean, no, I mean, here's the
look,
thing. I said this when I did the Upon Sober review this week. Listen, the second half kickoff, the opening kickoff of the second half when Dan Adeboboye returned it back. Look, I love Dan Adeboboye. I think we can both say that we both love the guy, right?
yeah,
We and I mean, I love the fact. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'd prefer he would still be an Argo, but we know that he's going to be like he's a perfect fit for the Red Blacks. We know he's going to be a star out in Ottawa. But if you're Mickey Donovan and you see the former third string running back taking a kickoff all the way back to inside the 20, brother, start looking over your shoulder because you are not in a good position.
yeah. You know,
Straight up.
and we've been save for one game, we've been behind the ball on return yards. We've been behind the ball on coverages. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's just we're not making tackles at the point of impact anymore. You know,
And
we'll probably talk a little bit more about this, but it's specifically in this game.
yeah.
You know, 6 kickoff returns. We had 138 yards. They had 180. Right. We both have dynamic returners. You know, and they're getting the better end of the deal. Punt returns. We had 2 punt returns, 2 for 36 yards with an average of 18. They had 3 for 77 with an average of 25.7.
Now the interesting now I think a key interesting note there would be I would love to know what the net return like what the net punt yard is. So basically ball in the air versus ball returned on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
I would love to know what that is because I can guarantee you that number is going to be fairly low. Especially the one point where Heggs kicked it 10 yards deep out of our end zone and they returned it to the 5.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, that's another fault that we're seeing on our special teams too. On the punting game, Haggerty had his first punt inside the 10 all season. He was, I believe, tied for the league lead last year with punts inside the 10.
Yeah.
Tied or second. He was top 2 in the league last year.
Mhm.
Um, he's out kicking his coverage. The guys that we have are not getting down the field fast enough, are not staying in their lanes to cover those punts, and he's kicking them too far without enough air underneath them.
I never thought of it that way before.
Yeah, I've really noticed it this season, and to be honest, I think um, John Haggerty, if he has a good, you know, 15 feet more of air under his balls, he's playing on Sundays down south this year.
Phrasing. Phrasing first of all, but secondly, I agree.
Like if and because he's kicking just as far as NFL punters, he's
I
not
would I
kicking
would
as high.
I would argue further in some cases. But yeah, he is definitely high caliber. Definitely a high caliber punter.
But if you and if you remember in the you know in watching games in the 2000s, airtime was a big thing. They used to have a little clock when the
Yeah.
kickers would punt in the NFL, with the hang time on it.
Yeah, yeah. How come they don't do that anymore?
Well, I'm not sure why, but that they still want that in the NFL, and Haggerty needs to do more of that. Like I would rather him hack off 5 yards off of his average if he could get a half second more of hang time with that punt, because the way our coverages are, we would catch up to that.
So
As of
so what
right
you're
now, he's too good of a kicker for our special teams.
so what you're saying is if he shaved off, say, the 5 yards horizontally and put them vertically,
Yes.
yeah. So put 15 feet more in the air as opposed to length.
Yeah.
I think
And
I think you're onto something here, Clay.
it's, it being a long snapper when I played, you kind of got a lot of that information that you sticks in the back of your brain that you don't think you're ever going to use again until all of a sudden you're doing a podcast and you're watching a punter kick.
And you're watching this and you're watching our special teams literally shit the bed week in and week out.
Yeah.
And you're noticing, huh? I know it's like me personally. I honestly never looked at it that way before. I
Yeah,
learned something today.
well, and for me, I was like in the start of the year, I'm like, okay, well, like we lost at like Adebaboye, going to Ottawa. Yeah, he's going to get more touches, but that was a massive loss for our special teams.
Hmm.
Because if you go back and watch those games, he was one of the guys that was always first to the ball on
Hmm.
punts,
Yeah.
and we don't necessarily have that speed that he possesses on our punt coverage this year.
Hmm. Yeah.
Um, Jack Cassar being hurt for the majority of the season has really screwed our punt coverage, because he's another one of those guys that was always down there. And I
Hmm.
think he's with his the injury he's had, I think he's a little bit slower.
Yeah, because
And
it's lower body, it's adductor. So yeah,
yeah,
he'd be a little that would definitely
he's a little
hamper
slower.
top speed and acceleration. I would figure.
Yeah. So, there's my issue with that is watching, and it's been just kind of front of mind in my head for the last couple games, and sitting there watching it at home last night. It's when I'm like, okay, yeah, you know what, this is exactly what one thing that I see as a problem. Why can't
That's
our
good.
why can't our special teams coordinator figure that out?
Well, the bulb came on in your head at least.
Yeah.
You're the out of the three of us. You're the 100% expert. Yeah, out of the three, because Will is the historian. I'm just the goofball fan, and you're the one who's actually played the game. So you're the
Yeah.
expert out of the three of us.
That's scary.
Sorry, sorry, but it's true.
But yeah. Anyway, that's what I saw for that, and like at this point, like I'm ready to just okay, forget the good, the bad, and the ugly. There was a lot of ugly, a lot of good, in this game, but like let's just move on to what the fuck is wrong with this team.
You kind of explained some of it.
There was somebody, and I really wish I could remember who posted this. Um, I'm not even sure now if it was on, might have been on Facebook that I saw this theory that a former Argonaut employee is the reason for all of this. And that employee, who honestly was our de facto general manager, Vince Magri. He was the guy who, and like everybody thought, okay, John Murphy was a guy bringing in a lot of these guys. From it seems more and more that Vince Magri was the guy who had this pipeline to all these guys that just seem to be the next guy up, right? You know, he was part of the group that, you know, brought in from the start of his tenure, brought in Trevor Harris, Zach Claros, Cody Fajardo, three quarterbacks that are starting for teams in this league. Um, you know, he brought in a lot of these guys that Mackay Polk,
Hmm.
who now we can try and bring him back. He's going to kick around a little bit. Say he got released by the Falcons, if anybody's wondering. But Mackay Polk, bringing him up here. Demonte Coxey was a Magri guy. You know, you're looking at these guys that we have. He brought a lot of those guys in. It was his pipeline, and now he's gone down to Buffalo, and despite what I want to think, he's probably going to help them win a goddamn Super Bowl. Steve, you can slap me at the next tailgate.
There's probably a couple people that are going to slap you, but I think there's going to be a couple of people that are going to
Yeah,
give you a
it's
nice
going to be
big
yeah,
old hug too.
yeah,
Let's face it.
yeah.
Let's face it.
Steve can slap this cheek. John can kiss this cheek
Yeah. Nick
at the
can
same
slap,
time.
and
At the
Nick
same
can
time.
slap another set of cheeks.
But yeah, that's one theory that's out there, and I believe it was on Facebook. I'm not sure which Argos group it was in, but now that I'm thinking, I'm pretty sure it was on Facebook that I saw that. So that's another theory out there.
And you know that theory to me is very plausible. That theory to me is very plausible considering how we like over since the pandemic we've been so we've just seen success from 2021 all the way up to last season, and now all of a sudden he's gone and we're swirling the drain. Coincidence? I think not.
No. Um, you've also had the mass exodus the last couple. Whenever you're a good team, you get poached in the CFL, and we've been good for the entire tenure of Dinwiddie's coaching career here.
This wasn't a poaching. This was a smash and grab.
I mean, you're there were a couple people that you knew were going, but you know, you knew other people were going to get paid places.
And not only
Good
that,
on them.
not only that, you didn't expect one coach to take pretty much the entire starting unit with him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
But I mean, D-Max raided our cupboards completely. Let's face it. Like that's one reason why I said, like, in the Upon Sober review that I did, that's one of the reasons why we're currently sitting at the blue rare point of cooked.
Yeah.
Simply because D-Max took the entire defensive line with him, the entire starting defensive line with him, and as well as I think one or two guys outfield, like outside of the front seven. So it's like you and we're trying. I mean, they're trying their best to recover, but good lord, man, that's there's an awful lot of holes to fill up with that.
Yeah. And you've got that, and you've got, we've had, you know, um, our former defensive coordinator go on to become a head coach in Saskatchewan, and you see what he's doing down there. Um, we
And
had
then when we went co-defensive coordinators, one half of it went to where was it? Ottawa, I
Ottawa,
think.
Ottawa,
Yeah,
because they
yeah,
gave him the full job.
yeah.
And then we bring in Jason Shivers, who was supposed to be he's supposed to be very good. But if you look at the teams that he's run a defense for,
I'm seeing
Edmonton,
potential fraud here. I've got my phone. I'm seeing potential
all right,
fraud here.
all right,
not hack, but potential fraud.
yeah, um, yeah. So Jason Shivers, he last coached in Edmonton, ran their defense, and their defense was garbage. Prior to that, he coached defense in Saskatchewan, whose defense was also garbage. He is too soft. His scheme is it doesn't it you know you, look at the game. You saw guys playing 20 yards off. You see a lot of zone,
And that's one
and
thing I noticed. Like Drew Brown was able to pick through the zone coverage like it was nothing.
yeah, you, even if they you throw some other combination coverages in there, put a couple guys at man, and you two deep zone, whatever you want to do it. My extent of exactly what to call these things is run its course at this point, because I don't know enough about the defensive secondary stuff to really speak and make it sound intelligible. We just need to get out of the fucking zone. Zone defense ain't working.
Hmm.
But that's Jason Shiver's defense. I am
You could also argue that the dual defensive coordinator is finally showing like that it doesn't
well,
work. But at least now we know which half to get rid of.
yeah.
You know
But
what I
the
mean?
the other thing that confuses me is like I don't see Iban's signature on anything on this
that's
defense.
yeah, that's scary.
Like I don't know, and I could be 100% wrong in my thinking, but I'm not seeing any contribution from him at this point. It's almost like he's like, okay, you know what? I don't want to. I don't want to get put on the hot seat, so we'll just do that.
Hmm.
Was it? Is it the case? I don't know, but maybe. Is Kevin Ivan more of a you know positional coach than a coordinator? And why the fuck are those guys both on the sidelines?
That's yeah. There's like some weirdness going on. Like because wasn't last year one of them up in the booth and the other one down on the field?
Yeah, yeah.
So
So
what was wrong with that?
I
It got
thought,
us. It won us a fucking Grey Cup. What was wrong with that?
yeah.
Why are we trying to fix what isn't broken? Or have
I
we
don't
gone
know.
to another? Where have we gone to another philosophy where if it isn't broken, we're not trying hard enough?
Yeah.
For certain teams that'll
Um.
work, but not this one.
No, not this one. I think we're Dinwiddie's getting mad at we're spouting off players publicly now.
He's done it twice already, and I think and if he keeps going like that, he's going to lose the room pretty quick.
Yeah, I'm. Yeah, I'm starting to kind of like, okay, how many problems have we identified here that need to be fixed? We haven't even gotten to what Dinwiddie's calling out,
Yeah.
right? Like,
Mm.
and if he's legitimately calling out guys who are fake tough guys,
Why aren't
that's
they
a
still
problem.
here? Why are they still
That's a
here if that's the
problem in
case?
football.
Yeah. If that's the case, if he's calling these guys out, why are they still here?
Yeah.
I mean, contracts in football are not guaranteed.
No.
So if he's calling out if he's calling out quote unquote fake tough guys, why are they still here? Cut the dead weight, move on.
Yeah. And as much as, I don't want to see it come back to haunt us, it might be what needs to happen. Like if there is a, fake tough guy that is a prominent part of this team and you cut that person, that's going to send a massive message.
Mm-hmm.
And normally something like that, either that player washes out or that player comes back to haunt you. Never in between. And it's probably going to come back to haunt us if he does something like that.
I
But
think it
the
would come.
team
I
needs
think it
it.
would come back to haunt us regardless. I think it doesn't matter. It's going to come back to haunt us anyway. I
Yeah.
mean, Kevin Brown got cut. He signed with Hamilton.
Yep.
So I mean, the players that we got cut have moved. Like Kadeem Carey was cut. He went to Saskatchewan. Like basically, the players that we've cut have gone to, quite frankly, better teams. You
Hmm.
just look at the standings as that's your best guideline. Saskatchewan is the best team in the league right now. And Hamilton is third best in the league, and they're best in the and they're beast of the East. And trust me, that hurts me to fucking say.
Yeah. What else
So
is wrong
there
with
is
the team, Doug?
the fact that they've I don't know. There's just I don't know. It just this like it just didn't it doesn't feel right. It just didn't like from the start. It just hasn't something just isn't right here. Something like I would say that the team needs an exorcism, but well, might be a little bit late for that. And at this point, the good ship Argo is becoming a submarine right freaking quick.
Yeah, we need like some pirate ghosts or something like that to help us out
Hmm.
because there's a lot of water on board here.
Yeah,
um, yeah,
get in there and get
and
bailing.
and honestly, I think you're at a point now where there are so many things that you don't necessarily know where to start. Well, you know, in the words like the advice I got when I was okay, I don't know where to start. Somebody told me just pick one and fucking go.
Yeah,
It doesn't matter which one it is. Just pick
Mhm.
one and fucking go.
Yeah, yeah. Because you pick one and if you pick one and prove that and squeak out a win somehow, then you start getting the good juju back, and you start getting the good vibes back. Then you start then it starts rolling into good things. Because right now
Hmm.
everything is just all the bad stuff from not even from the Calgary game, from the Saskatchewan game. Because there were three games in this stretch of the first half of the season that we should have won. Saskatchewan was one of them. Montreal was another where we coughed up where we coughed up the lead, and this game against Ottawa was easily a winnable game as well.
Hmm.
You turn those three losses into wins. You're looking at 5-4, and you're fighting, and you're like in the fight. Right now, we're not even thinking about being in the fight. Right now, we're just trying to survive.
Yeah, yeah. You want to see light at the end of the tunnel. Over the hill halfway. At this point, we don't even know we're in a tunnel.
Yeah,
There is there a top to this mountain? No fucking clue.
too
No
cloudy to
clue.
see. Too
You
cloudy to
know,
see.
but you got to keep going. You got to do something. You can't just stand there and go, well, man, I don't know where the top of this mountain is. I'm not sure if it does have a top. So maybe let's just go back.
You don't know if you don't look.
Nope. Nope. And my favorite saying is they can't say yes if you don't ask. Well,
Mm-hmm.
if you don't try, you can't do.
Go.
I feel like Yoda should pop up, and
Yeah, yeah, I'm thinking that too.
there there
Do
is
or
no.
do not. There is no try.
That's it. That's it. Yeah.
That's
So
the closest we're gonna get without violating copyright here. So that's all you're gonna get.
so um, now that we've identified every single problem with this team, among
Just
many,
about, pretty
and
close.
um, some other things going on in the CFL. I mean, we never really talked about Luke Wilson's emergence on CFL Twitter uh, before uh, we took our little hiatus. Um,
He's
but
come
he did
in.
stir things up.
He's raised hell,
He's
and
come
now, like
in.
Stone Cold, he's left.
Yeah, yeah. He came in. You called out every fan, almost every fan base. Made enemies, made
Made a lot of them.
friends,
Mm-hmm.
mended fences. He's
Mm-hmm.
done a whole circle in like in 9 weeks.
He's mended fences. He's burned bridges. So it's like,
He
and I
there was a bridge burnt with one of our friends that none of us ever thought would ever be rebuilt. And all it took was airport beers. And you know, he mended fences with one of his biggest critics. Like, so you that leads me to believe that Luke Wilson was doing this on purpose to antagonize this, to try and bring out that passion. Do I like the way he went about it? No. Did it work? Mostly.
yeah, the way I look at it is, tell him where he's telling lies.
Yeah.
That's all I'm gonna say.
I mean,
Tell him where
I'm
he's
not a
telling a
big
lie.
fan of the yeah. I'm not a big fan of the, let's, call out all your problems but never offer a solution.
Hmm.
Um, and I think that's where he lost me. But I have a feeling that this Twitter CFL Twitter hiatus is probably not fully of his own accord.
Oh, I can guarantee it. I can guarantee someone higher up said, "Chill the hell out." I can guarantee you, somebody higher up at TSN said, "What the hell are you doing, son?"
And at the same time, like, I don't think we got to see the payoff.
Not
Like,
yet, anyway.
with everything he was doing, was building to something, and then gone. It was like they completely dropped the storyline, to make it wrestling, right? You know, he no, that rubbed some sponsors the wrong way, so we'll just erase everything that happened. That's what it feels like.
Nah, it might be possible.
Whether it's sponsors, whatever, whoever it was that caused this, and if this is part of his plan, and there's more to come, we may need to give that man an award. Maybe we're going to get the face turn of Luke Wilson here. Go away, come back as the savior.
Hmm.
You know,
Well, it wouldn't be the first time someone went away for a significant period and then came back hoping everything would be all water under the bridge, i.e., Brock Lesnar, for example. But I mean, people tend to have long memories, especially for the bad stuff.
Yeah, we got a lot of those in the CFL.
Yeah, we got
A
an
lot of memories.
awful lot of people that are long in the tooth that need to get culled.
But if this is all part of the plan that he's laid out, because I'm willing to believe this is all, like he's got a script that is little timeline of everything. That's where I'm thinking. I may have been off too long and thinking too much, but maybe this is all it's all a ploy. He's working us, man. He's working us,
No problem, I'll guarantee you.
and I'll be here for it. If he comes back and he's still working it, I got to get him on this show.
Yes,
We got to
no
talk about
doubt
that,
about it.
and then we'll bring on Steve too.
Oh God, you really want this to go viral, don't you? You want this to be like
I
it would
just
be
want
like
this to. I want this to be fun.
highest rated show on the network by far. Luke
I
Wilson
want
comes
this.
on, addresses his enemies, yeah, much like Eddie Kingston used to. God, I miss that man. But that's beside the point. Point
Luke
is, like,
Wilson versus Steve Cody versus Corey.
oh, jeez. I
That
mean,
would be an interesting mix.
that would be an interesting mix. Yeah, I would have to. I would have
Steve would
to.
have to grow a
But
mustache though. Steve would have to grow a mustache for that. Luke
why?
Wilson's got his weird stash. Corey's got his fancy mustache.
His
Yep.
magnificent duster.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So it's only fair, Steve.
I would argue just keep it clean shaven. But that's just me. For Steve, anyway, I
Yeah.
would argue that because
Anyway,
I don't think he would look good with a duster personally.
now I'll get him the Fu Manchu.
Full
Eh,
handlebar.
Fu Manchu with a soul patch.
God. Okay, we
We
gotta
we we
stop.
we we,
We
we
gotta
may get
stop this now.
we may have Steve's girlfriend kicking him out just thinking
Oh,
about it.
I'm no, I'm no, I'm no, I'm the one. I'm the one who's gonna end up. Oh, jeez.
Yep. We've got a game
One
coming
of us
up.
is getting one of us is getting their ass kicked, and I know it's gonna be me. Uh, but yes, we do have a
We've got
game coming up.
we've got a game coming up, and we will just let me bring on some of these oh, injuries to start off with. From reading some tweets from Ben Grant, this is not. We shouldn't get too excited about all this. Um, at
Short
this
week.
point of the season, we've got some nagging injuries. The guys are going to just take a couple rest days. But, you know, Andrew Chatfield with a hamstring, DeMonte Coxey with a shoulder, Tavares Daniels with a hip, Dylan Giffen is with the back. That's one that's been going on for a while. Kenneth George with the knee. That's been going on for a while.
He's just coming. He's Kenneth George. He's just coming off the sixth game with that, isn't he?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, that's what I thought.
and I don't know. So I think it's one of those ones where I don't know if he's fully healed yet. So
Oh,
it could
okay.
be just coming off and going back on. But
Mm.
usually that week that you come off, you end up on the injury report. Um, then you got a couple load management. Ryan Hunter was back in limited action at practice.
That's shocking, actually.
That would be huge.
Yeah.
And then Cam Judge with the knee. Um, I kind of want to wait to see what tomorrow brings,
Yeah.
and hopefully with Ginger feeding the team today, we don't see a bunch of illnesses under injury report.
Because if the illnesses are going to happen, they'd be happening right about now. We'd be hearing about it. Well, about oh no, I've heard Ryan, I've heard Nick Arbuckle, I've heard Deontay McMahon, I've heard DeMonte Coxey. All of them are shitting their guts out right now, and I think all of us would be going to kick his ass. We would
Yeah.
all be making the trek up to North Toronto to go kick his ass.
Yep. Yep. Um, and then confiscate all of his beers.
Actually, we don't need to kick his ass. If we just did that, that would hurt him more than anything.
I know.
And then go around the town and just place his picture up and say, "Do not sell beer to this man."
And the guys that were playing Edmonton, Cody Grace, obviously not playing. He got injured in the last game, and then
There's a name we
I
haven't
don't know
seen
this
in a while.
linebacker
No,
and
the
Royce
third
Metchie.
name would be interesting. Third name is interesting to see.
Yep. But he's been battling injuries all season. So
Hmm.
it it's not sure if that's something that's going to keep him out or not, but we'll see how that ends up.
Hmm.
Now that game is coming up on Friday, and we need to play like we are a winning football team to win that game. Simple.
Hmm.
Edmonton's starting to play better, so we need to not play bad.
Edmonton is full of they are full of momentum right now. They honestly are. So the Argos need to, you know, be better straight up.
Yeah, I don't think you can put it much more succinctly. They just need to be better.
Hmm.
Your three keys to the game: be better on special teams, be better on defense, be good on offense. Because
just
I
be
mean, you're playing pretty good on offense for the most part. So
maintain on offense and get better on the other two phases of the
yeah,
game.
there's your three keys to the game. Who needs Sean Bowen? Um, okay, let's get to our picks here. Um, start off the week Thursday, August 14th. The Red Blacks are in Winnipeg. Winnipeg is favored in this game. Minus 260 here. They're only giving us the money line. I like to see the points, but with our new sponsor or with their
Ow.
league's new sponsor, we don't get that. So, Ottawa or Winnipeg, Doug?
Hmm. Well, I'm honestly think Ottawa may actually start putting some stuff together here just to kind of screw us over. So that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking it's going to be Ottawa.
Okay. Um, I think Winnipeg. I have no rhyme or reason. They are looking like the 4-4 team that they are.
Oh,
Um,
wait. Will didn't give us his picks, did he?
no, he did not.
Dice of Destiny time.
Dice
Let's
point.
go.
Dice or nickel of destiny? Dice?
I don't know.
You got the dice?
I got my die
Okay.
right here.
I'll probably lose that nickel if I flip it. So, okay.
got my die here from Treasure Island Hotel and Casino in Las Vegas.
All right.
So, I guess 4 up. We go the home team.
Yep.
All right, and I rolled A5.
A 5. Okay. So he's
So
taking Winnipeg.
He's taking Winnipeg, which
Uh,
sounds about par for the course for him anyway.
yeah. Friday night, the Toronto Argonauts are in Edmonton to take on the Elks, and this is a near pick 'em. Um, I'm going to say Toronto by 9.
Really?
Yep. Something
I would.
weird's going to happen.
You think it's something?
Something weird's going to happen. Yep.
Hmm. Okay. I would. I wish I had that. I wish I had that amount of confidence right now. Um, Toronto. I'm thinking if it's going to be Toronto, it's going to be Toronto by 2.
All right.
Like I said, some
I'm gonna call it now. We're gonna get a touchdown from somebody that doesn't normally score touchdowns. That's my
hmm,
prediction for this game. I don't know exactly what that's going to entail, but somebody who doesn't normally score a touchdown is going to get a touchdown in this game.
Jared Diggy quarterback sneak on the one.
Hey, that would be probably the easiest one. We could be looking at a big man touchdown. We could be looking at a another defensive lineman rumble. But yeah, we're going to get a touchdown from somebody who does not normally score touchdowns.
Yeah.
Or
Okay.
or 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 or
Or
we're gonna get a offensive touchdown from a defensive player. Think about it.
hmm, defensive lineman playing as a tight end.
Or a safety playing as a receiver.
The inverse Deron Carter. I like it.
It all depends on what the receivers look like when the week is over
Hmm.
with Cam, because we've got a few of those guys that are not looking super great, but I'm going to take Ben Grant's word for it that we shouldn't get too concerned.
Hmm.
Um, all right, Will is okay. So uh, we're going to set the over under or the so 3 points or less is the lower. Actually, no,
Okay.
screw. Roll the dice and tell you, and that'll tell you what the margin of victory is going to be for the Argos.
All right. Well, funny how you were mentioning three all the time.
So Will's picking a 3-point win by the Argos. All right.
Will's going field goal. All right.
Oh,
By,
and then Will's going to absolutely love the
oh,
first game of the doubleheader on
yep.
Saturday.
By the way, before you continue, I did manage to find a spread from Bodog.
Okay.
So I know they're not league sponsor, but you know what? Provide a spread. Because so the first game they were saying Winnipeg 5.5 favorites. The game in Toronto Edmonton they're saying Edmonton by 3. Edmonton 3-point favorites.
Yeah.
So it sounds about right, actually, to be perfectly honest.
Okay. And then we got
So yeah,
Hamilton in Saskatchewan. And Saskatchewan is favored by how many points on Bodog?
3.5.
3.5. Okay,
Yeah.
that looks right with the money line here.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I am picking Saskatchewan by 17.
See, I would love to go Saskatchewan by like 35, but I know that ain't gonna happen. I mean, you've get pretty much this is like top of the table bowl right here. I think it's gonna be. I think like you got Bo Levi and Kenny Lawler going up against Saskatchewan's great defense. So it's going to be a great matchup regardless. I'm thinking Saskatchewan is going to take it, but I don't think it's going to be by 3.5. I think it's going to be a very close game.
All right, and
Will at this point would probably go for the tie.
Will
Or,
Will
or,
might
or the outbreak of World War III. So
Will would probably hang up on us if we made him pick this game.
no, that's why we've got the dice.
Yeah. All right.
For up the home team. Come on. Let it be high. Shit.
He's picking Saskatchewan.
No, he's picking Hamilton.
He's picking. What the hell, Will? What? Come on. Jesus, Will. What are you thinking? And then the second half of the doubleheader, we've got Montreal in BC. Both these teams are reeling, but BC's looks to be a bigger favorite.
Yeah, 3.5 again for BC.
3.5. All right. 225 on the money line. So, um, yeah, Montreal without Davis Alexander is not a good team.
No.
I
And
don't
and
know
and
why
and
a quarterback affects their defense, but he seems to.
yeah, considering that I'm pretty sure every Montrealer wants to run McLeod Bethel Thompson out of town on the rails. Um
I think BC
considering
is going to blow them out.
I think you're right.
I
I'm
think we're going to
going with
see
that.
it. We're going to see a 20 plus point margin of victory.
I'm thinking it's going to be that at least. BC's. I mean,
Yep.
BC's already always got an advantage over the Western teams because of the time change, anyways. So
Yep.
that plus the fact that Montreal is without their QB1. I mean, they do have a good defense, but I mean, their defense is going to be lagging pretty hard because of that time change.
Yep.
So I'm thinking BC is going to just yeah, BC I think is going to stomp them. So
All right.
let's
What do the dice say
see.
for Will?
Well, he's going the cats. He's going the mountain lions on this side. So
All right.
that's a
Smart
5 there.
picking, Will.
Yeah.
Um,
So it's unanimous.
and fantasy. Um,
Hmm.
yeah. If Coxie's playing, I'm putting him in. We were doing well under the Fancast banner for the first half of the season, but I'm on a 3 game slide right now, and yeah, it seems every time I pick somebody, they don't show up. So,
So you're gonna leave it to me then?
well, I'm putting Coxie in there. I would honestly, if you want to have more value out of some of your positional players, then I would throw Nick Arbuckle as your quarterback in there.
Hmm.
Um, the defensive in Edmonton is not great, so I think Arbuckle's probably a good play in there. He's probably a good value pick in there. I'm also good. Will want to throw in a oh probably I'll say give me one of the BC receivers in there, and I might even take their running back. But I believe it's James Butler is their running back right now. So
Ooh, that's price
against
price price wise. He's a little steep. He's 15K.
okay, well maybe not then. Um, but yeah, it's hard. Like there's not a lot of guys uh, rolling off much. So I think you're going to have to try and find your value here. I think Arbuckle's probably your biggest value pick here. I would take Coxie in that. I would if I wouldn't touch a Toronto running back with a 10-foot pole.
No, no,
What
because
do you
there's no
got, Doug?
point.
No.
Like there's like you said, there's no point in taking a Toronto running back like at all. If anything, I would take Edmonton's running back because I know our run defense has been ass.
Yeah.
So, um, I'm thinking. However, if you're looking like me, I always like to look at combos, right? So if I'm taking a quarterback, at least take it like so if I'm taking Nick Arbuckle, I would have to take a receiver. And this week I'm going to Jean Brissett.
Okay.
Like normally I would take Kevin Mattal, but they've been kind of keying on him a little bit. So
Yep.
and they've been kind of leaving Dejon Brissett alone. So I'm gonna go that route. So, but other than that,
Oh, and are you kidding me? Nick Arbuckle is now
yeah,
$14,000.
well,
They're
yeah,
pricing different.
he's well. Let's put it this way: he's like one of the top. He's actually for offensive production. Oddly
He's
enough,
number 2.
yeah, behind old fucking overalls down south,
Yeah.
which
Yeah, jeez.
If I go there
Oh
on
well.
Labor Day, I'm bringing a sign that says "Burn your Boveralls." Or either that, or we'll just do. I don't know. Fuck it. We'll do it at a tailgate. Burn your Boverall night.
Oh.
I think here. Hmm. Hmm. I mean, I've
Yeah,
got.
I think you almost want to. You, I'm gonna throw a little bit at uh, Johnson out in Saskatchewan at 9.6. Not too bad. Um,
Yeah.
so Dejan Brissett, he's 8.8. So that's pretty good. So anyway, that's some of our picks. Dejan Brissett's good. Your Argo pick for this week. And yeah, I've got Nick Arbuckle penned in as my quarterback here. Um, so that's what we'll lock in there for that. Um, Now seeing that, Doug, do we have anything for the 3 minute warning?
Um. I think we've already discussed everything that I would want to discuss for a 3 minute warning. In particular, Mr. Herslow's Super Mario like jump. Um.
I can't believe we've seen that, and I'm seeing it on some American sites pulling that up now. That's pretty damn cool. That's got to be a feather in his cap. Yeah, we could plug the. We're on the road this week, but next the following week on Saturday, August 23rd, is the CNE game. If you're looking to go to the Argo game, there's a ticket deal where you can buy an Argos ticket and then you get into the CNE with your Argos ticket, and then you can also get a discounted lawn ticket for Blue Rodeo included on that on that ticket. So technically, you get three experiences in one. So Argos at 3 o'clock, Blue Rodeo at 6:45 on Budweiser stage, and then all day to get all kinds of weird food at the CNE and ride some rides and buy some cheap stuff.
And as far as I know, the gates for the CNE usually open. I believe it's around 10 o'clock. And there's.
And we also need to give a shout out to Wayne Young, who is a Toronto Argo or Toronto Marlies ticket rep. Used to work for the Toronto Argos. He is doing a fundraiser for the Terry Fox run. He just completed a 100-mile run from Ajax to Belleville in 23 hours to raise money for Terry Fox Foundation. You can, if you go over to Mike Hogan's Twitter, you can click on the link to support him. And the neat thing that he does is he runs dressed up as Spider-Man. I probably not something you're going to see in every day, and kids are probably going to love that.
Mhm.
And he will be coming out to the tailgate against the Tabbies on what looks to be Labor Day now. So you'll see him in Hamilton taking donations for the Terry Fox run then as well. And that run goes September 12th, I believe it is. I'm just pulling up the dates here. Do do do. Sorry, Sunday, September 14th is the official Terry Fox run, and you can click on Mike Hogan's page, or we'll retweet it as well. But come out, support Wayne Young, and yeah, see Spider-Man too. All
Oh,
right, Doug.
there's
I think.
one more thing. I'm just gonna add this on to pretty much the my exit here. But on my YouTube channel at Sir Douglas 1873, you on Friday night, the game that at the time at game time around 8:30, I'm gonna have myself an away game live stream. So if you want to see my soul leave my body during a football game in real time, go and check that out.
He,
You can
he'll
also
also
find you can,
he'll also be
sorry.
throwing streamers in his living room.
I do have some streamers, but I kind of gave what I had. I gave what I had to Jamie last time, but yeah, there will if there's touchdowns, there will be singing. Let's put it that way. There will be beer that will be drank. There will be songs that will be sung, and there will probably be a soul leaving my body once the game comes to an end.
All right. Well, with that, can't top that now. So, Doug, where can they find you?
Well, like I said, you can check that out Friday night. Probably going to start at around 8:30. That's on my YouTube channel at Sir Douglas 1873. In the meantime, you can follow me on Blue Sky at DougB519, and you can follow the Double Blue Order Facebook, Excrement, Instagram, and you can go check out the merch store at doubleblueorder.ca.
And you can find me at all kinds of clay on the various social media machines. You can find Will at Argo Fans on Twitter or X, and go and sign up and talk with like-minded Argo fans at argofans.com. We are a proud member of the Shotgun Sports Network. You can get them at shotgunsportsnetwork.ca, or look them up on YouTube where you can see our pretty faces. All
Yeah.
right. That does it for the Argos Fancast. You can find us at Argos Fancast, or anywhere you find your friendly neighborhood podcast. Just search Argos Fancast. That does it for the Fancast this week. We will talk to you next week when something's going to happen with the Argos. Strange touchdown. Yeah, that's guy who's not going to score. That guy doesn't score a touchdown is going to score a touchdown. Okay. Cheers, everyone.
Go Argos.